This is $1,200 a week for voice lessons, and this is what I get? Okay, I'm gonna save it with the solo.
Bow, bow, I'm Derek, and I can sing high like this. And I can sing high.
Hello and welcome to Two Guys and a Few Good Men. I am TJ Washuk.
I'm Garrett Lowberg.
And this is Movie Lowdown for the week of July 15th, 2019.
Yeah, we're doing it outside this week, so thought we'd talk shit to the summer and start doing the summer way.
Yeah,
so,
hashtag stay hydrated.
Yeah. So that being said, let's get
right into the news.
This week we've got Spider-Man. We've got our Marvel news. We forgot to talk about this last week. Spider-Man.
Yeah, we messed up.
It has to make $1 billion to stay with Marvel, and right now it's at 64.
Yeah.
It's projected to about 900 million, so we'll see if that ends up happening.
I mean, it's been, 3 weeks now?
Yeah.
So, usually... has it been 3 weeks?
About 4 weeks.
4 weeks? Okay.
It came out July 4th, so we'll see what goes on.
Yeah, it's probably going to start slowing down, taper it off.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to hit the $1 billion.
I don't think so.
Also in the news, we've got Avengers is trying to make its way. I think it's at
2.7
billion or million right now.
Yeah, it's just about my gosh.
Let's just call that a lost cause this week.
So basically Marvel Avengers is just right behind it. Right behind Avatar.
Yeah.
By a couple thousand. But I'm not sure if that's due to it's choppy again. I don't know if that's due to inflation or not, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
And you said it's going to go to Venezuela next?
Yep, which good luck with that.
Good luck with that and their economy.
Last up for Marvel news, we've got Taika Waititi joins Marvel's Thor 4, which is a great process that I'm glad that they're doing. I'm glad that they're keeping up with it.
Yeah, so apparently Kira, the anime movie, is pushed back, the live action, and Taika Waititi now has time to work on the new Thor.
And we've all wanted it, so I think it's a great idea. I think that they should keep doing it.
What was that one meme you were talking about?
The Tom Holland one where it said he had the glasses on from the new Spider-Man movie. It shows Thor 4 and then he takes it off and it says Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Yes.
So I hope that they intertwine. I hope we get some Adam Warlock or Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah, or Nova.
Yeah, Nova would be great as well. Although they have said that they're not going to do Nova, I don't believe them. So I think that's some bullshittery.
Well, that's it for Marvel.
Let's get into our news.
And we're back. Yep, we are back in the studio. Egg on our faces. We didn't realize that when you put a laptop at 120,000 degrees, it gets really hot and doesn't want to work. So
yeah, we actually recorded the whole news section throughout, but turns out it didn't save correctly and it was choppy.
Super choppy.
And then we tried again in increments, and that was just going to take way too long.
So we're going to keep the Marvel one like you just saw. Enjoy that one. That was one of the only ones that we got off before we decided that we were going to spend 3 hours trying to put it in the fridge and redo them.
Yeah.
So continuing on to the news, we've got news for Netflix. Netflix is having the same problem we did. Obviously, they're having some technical difficulties in the world. No, I'm just kidding. They're having problems with subscribers. How many did they lose this week?
100 this quarter.
Yeah.
I think it was. They lost 130,000 net in the U.S.,
which is a lot of people.
Yeah.
And most of the reason because of that is because they decided to do a price hike. So they went from $10.99 to $12.99, and if you're like me and you work a really low-paying job, it's not worth paying for. So, also the other thing too is the quality's kind of been going down on some of their productions. They did halt movies altogether, other than that big one that's going to be coming up with Ryan Reynolds and the crew.
Yes.
But the big thing is they haven't had any original content. They've cut a lot of their original content that have been around for a while. Like The Ranch was cut recently. They stopped doing episodes of that. There's a couple other shows that they stopped doing episodes of.
And they're losing a lot of content due to these other networks coming out with streaming services.
Yep.
Such as Warner Brothers, NBC is taking The Office soon, and also Friends, I think, is leaving. And a lot of older shows are going to be leaving Netflix here shortly. So it's going to suck for the consumer because we're going to have to pay for these other services legally, if you want to do it legally, to get this content. Otherwise, Netflix is going to be, relying on their originals to keep it afloat.
Correct. So Netflix, I know we're not doing this, but bad idea. Yeah. Get some good stuff if you want to keep it going. I personally am leeching off my mom's account. Yeah. So
speaking of which, that leads into our next segment.
Yeah.
Passwords. The password apparently
sharing.
Password sharing by 2020. I think it was 2020 or 2024.
2024.
They will cost streaming services $12.4 billion.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's more than Spider-Man's gonna make.
Yeah.
It's been really. I'm surprised they haven't cracked down on it.
I don't know what you can do.
Well, they can make it so that
location-based, maybe?
Yeah, and device-wise. If you're obviously using, if I'm using my PS4, my mom's using whatever she uses, like an actual, DVD player, I'm pretty sure they could see that and say that. No, but you're allowed to have other accounts. That's the problem.
They might do this, what Microsoft Office does. If you get Microsoft Office, you can use it on, I think, 3 or 4 devices, and that's it. If you want to put it on another device, it doesn't allow it.
Yeah.
So they might have it designated to certain devices you can only use it on.
True. And I'm excited to see what they do to kind of stop that, because you can already go on Putlocker and watch most of the stuff that's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Or all these other shows. DC Plus. I was watching DC Universe. I was watching The Thing the other day on Putlocker, and
Yeah, the only reasonable streaming service that's going to be coming out here is Disney, but who knows what's going to happen with that. If it's going to go up in price eventually. More than likely it will, but at the start it'll be cheaper than any other streaming service out there right now.
Yeah. Well, that bad idea, let's get into our
good idea, bad idea.
It's time for another good idea, bad idea.
This week we've got, first up, Spongebob is going to be coming out with a new movie.
Yeah. Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain.
Aye, aye.
It seems to be that this is going to be a prequel.
Yes.
Tell us about it, because I know you've read it. I haven't.
Yeah, so as soon as I posted the new poster that was released for San Diego Comic-Con, I looked into it because I wasn't expecting a new Spongebob movie. Because it's been at least, 8 years.
God, yeah.
Probably.
At least.
So apparently this one is going to be a prequel. SpongeBob goes to Camp Coral and meets Patrick for the first time. Meanwhile, Poseidon, I think his name is, King Poseidon, or Trident, steals Gary, and SpongeBob goes on a mission to get Gary back. Now this is being created, the animators creating this are the ones behind Little Prince and Captain Underpants, so it's going to be more 3D than 2D.
And I actually, we were doing Kids Camp, it came out on Netflix, and I actually watched it.
Which one?
The newer Captain Underpants.
Yeah, the new one.
The one that those creators made. I liked it.
Yeah.
It had great humor. It was funny. It's for kids, but honestly, it tickled my funny bone.
It did. And then the soundtrack, get this, is being done by Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, yeah.
Which is pretty big. She hasn't done music in a while, but she's a big name.
Yeah.
And, she has great hits from back in the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that it could be potentially a really good movie. SpongeBob movies do tend to hit really good.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon, I've been putting Nickelodeon on for our actual rink because we have a lot of kids. And honestly, that's all I see on Nickelodeon is whenever I'm changing it, it's always SpongeBob. So,
yeah. Speaking of Nickelodeon, I don't know if you saw the trailer for that new John Cena movie.
Yes, that looks kind of good.
So, does it not remind you of another movie?
Daddy Daycare?
No, The Pacifier.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's exactly like The Pacifier, the whole story.
Yeah.
Because they have the teenage kids that mouth off, and then they have the smart aleck little kid that knows everything.
Yep. But getting back into really quickly the good idea, bad idea.
Yes.
Good idea for me on that. I know it's a good idea for you. SpongeBob
For
movies
SpongeBob,
are good.
yes.
So, but yeah, that movie definitely looked like a ripoff. Next up, we've got who is going to be eyed to be in the new Ariel movie.
Oh, the new Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid.
Yeah, we got 2 actors.
We got Harry Styles, who's been kind of been thrown in to play Prince Eric, and then Javier Bardem. Bardem.
Great movies he's been in.
No Country for Old
Man's
Men.
most notable for sure.
He's been in a couple of the James Bond movie. He played
Yeah,
the
he was
bad
great.
guy. He was
Bad guy.
great in that. So those two, he's going to play King Triton apparently.
Yes.
That's what they're kind of eyeing for. Which, in my opinion, good idea.
Seriously. Right when I saw that, I was like, he has a great voice for King Triton. He could definitely get a build going.
Yeah. And Harry Styles was in Dunkirk.
Yeah.
Very good movie. He was a very limited time in it, but
He was one of the shipmates, I believe.
Yeah, but still, like he has good acting chops. I think I could see him.
And he could sing,
Yes. He was in One Direction. There was One Direction, and it was him. So, good idea for me on that one. But that being said, we've got our last section.
Who joined that movie?
Who joined that movie?
I'm ready to go in, Coach. Just give me a chance.
Which we finally got right.
Yes.
So, last week we talked about who was going to be potentially in the new Elvis movie. And we got every name on there.
Except one.
Except for one. And guess who got it? It was him.
Yes.
Egg on our face again.
Right.
So, Austin Butler is his name. Playing Elvis is his game. So Austin Butler ended up landing the position. We'll throw up a picture.
He's been in The Arrow. He's been Aliens in the Attic, the voice actor. He's notably going to be in the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood movie that's coming out here. But he's been in a lot of short films and also The Dead Don't Die that came out this year as well.
So interesting to see how that's gonna go.
Yeah.
I like that they went with a no-name actor, or not no-name, but like somebody that's not as well known as other people. So
And don't forget, Tom Hanks is going to be in this.
Yes.
He's going to be playing Colonel Tom Parker. And the director of this one, he's worked on Moulin Rouge, Australia, The Great Gatsby as writer, and also Romeo and Juliet. So there's good backing behind this director. His name is Baze Larman, I believe that's pronounced.
Yeah,
Baze Larman. Yeah. But yeah, this Elvis movie is shaping up to be good with just, these 3 people behind it. We'll see where it goes. No word yet on the release date. It's in pre-production right now.
Yeah, and they've got to get some more actors in it too. So
Yeah, of
we'll
course.
see what they do. And then last up for who's in that movie, we've got Army of the Dead by Zack Snyder.
Yes.
It has a pretty great cast so far. We've got Dave Bautista, who's a great actor. He's been in a couple of movies, the Guardian movies. He was in Stuber, which I actually saw.
Yeah?
Not a bad movie.
Okay.
It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Crystal Leah, who's a great comedian. He's actually gotten really big lately, you were saying.
Yeah, he's been working a lot,
So-
and he's gotten pretty ripped, so probably for, acting.
Yes. And then we've got
Theo Rossi.
And then
He was
we've
in Luke Cage, and you said...
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy, that's
yes. And last up, we've got Hiroki Sanada. He was in The Wolverine. He's been in a couple movies.
He's
I really
in
like
Avengers.
him. Yeah, and he's
Life.
Yeah. He was in Avengers Endgame. He was the guy that fought Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Which is funny because multiverse.
Right.
But I'm interested to see that. That looks like it would be fun.
I think it said it was a Netflix exclusive movie or Netflix original. I'm excited. I like Army of the Dead, the original. So I'm assuming this is similar to that, or maybe it's not. But it's still a zombie movie. I think it'll be fun with these actors behind it.
Yeah. Well, that being said, that's our news for the week.
That's our news for the week, guys. Let's get into our movie reviews. First up, I will go off and talk about Lion King. So I saw Lion King last night with Kathy, and gotta say, it pretty much stayed like the same as the original for the most part. There are a few things I didn't like. One being it wasn't as colorful as the original. It was very dark, like I would say Christopher Nolan movie or Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yes.
Like brown, you know? The most colorful thing I would say was Zazu. No, I take that back. There was 2 birds that were pretty colorful, and that was it. Everything else was like kind brown and black.
Yeah.
The acting was good. The singing was good. I didn't really care for Seth Rogen though as Pumbaa.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I felt like it needed a fat character to portray him, kind of like the original. Because I don't know.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But otherwise, I enjoyed it. But is it close to as good as the original? No, not at all.
I could imagine.
Not at all. But it was enjoyable, nonetheless. Better than Aladdin, I would have to say.
I could imagine that. And then also, we saw Crawl.
Yes. So this movie should be called Crawl, Swim, Crawl.
Yeah. Swimming in a shitty pool.
Yeah.
It was. You know, I saw the reviews and I was really intrigued.
Yes,
because we made fun of it a lot when we saw the trailer, and we were like, "Oh, another
silly shark
weather movie." Yeah,
but with crocodiles.
And you know what? The thing that really took it away from me was the family aspect of this movie. They focused on the family.
Yeah.
And not that shouldn't take it away. The fact
it just adds more emotion. I guess
it does, and it just don't get me wrong. This movie made me really anxious. I'm glad I didn't see it in theaters because that would have been like way too much.
Yeah.
But just the fact, like, the believability of it, I think she got bit like 25 times.
Yeah, that was a little much.
And I feel like at 25 times, you're bleeding out at that point.
Plus, when you're in crappy water, that would probably hurt.
Yeah, and I mean, it takes a while for infections to go through, but I mean, it's like that was some Florida water.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And who knows what's in that water?
Meth, lots of that.
Cocaine.
But yeah, it was. 84% I believe on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think it was like 78 or something.
Okay.
But all the other websites were lower.
Yeah, and they were kind of praising it though, and I felt like this movie didn't really deserve the praise it got.
Not at all.
I mean, if you want a thriller, like if you like Sharknado, if you like those movies, it wasn't a Sharknado movie. No. It didn't have that comedy to it. It had a couple of scenes where it was funny.
But that's about it.
That was about it. But this was just one of those that if you want to go see a summer movie...
It's very like I would say C or B movie.
Yeah, but I will say that I was reading about it, and I guess the director, he worked with Sam Raimi on this.
Okay.
And so that's kind of why it was a little campier. And they actually filmed... Like, normally they would get, like, a real gator. They actually CGI'd a lot of this. This was also filmed, I believe, in Indonesia.
Oh.
So they made Florida... in Indonesia,
wow.
Or wherever they filmed it. So that was incredibly, I think I liked the director. I think I liked his direction, but I wish the movie was much different.
Yeah. Like I said, I didn't really care for it too much.
No.
Kind of got bored.
Yeah,
in the movie.
At one point, about halfway through.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty much the same thing. I would say it's very much like Buried.
Yeah.
Like the movie Buried, where it's basically in
a
box the whole time. They're basically under a house the whole time for the most part.
The shower scene too, and not even like a sexy shower scene. It's just her being stuck in a shower. Like that was just unrealistic. If you've ever been in a shower with water, good luck trying to climb out of a shower.
Oh yeah,
with wetness in there. Not realistic at all. So. And don't get me wrong, I know suspending disbelief is a big part of movies.
It is,
but
very much so.
This was kind of hard to suspend that disbelief.
Exactly.
So,
well, that is it for this week's Movie Lowdown. We appreciate you guys watching.
Sorry that we couldn't do a full episode in the pool.
That was fun. Apparently it looks good. We'll find out once we edit this.
Yeah, it'll probably be cut in, but we'll do our famous. We'll be right back. So
exactly. Let's see. Do we have a question?
Yeah. What's been your favorite summer activity? Did you like going to the pool? Did you like burning yourself tanning? Did you enjoy the heat? Do you just like standing in the heat? I just, sometimes I just stand right in
absorb the heat,
Sometimes I'll
kind of like Superman because he absorbs the heat.
Sometimes I actually like sitting in my car with the windows up with the heat blasting.
Oh,
and while it's 114
especially after
outside.
you eat beans.
Yeah, and fart and just hit like you light a match in there and your car just lights on fire. So
gotta love Arizona.
Thank you guys for watching.
Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I am TJ Washuk,
and I'm a subscribe button.
We love you, and good night.
Much better. Much better.
This has been Two Guys.